Similar to how financial literacy isn't really taught in schools, but passed down generationally, corporate literacy isn't taught either. And so I think that people from working class backgrounds, first gen professionals, etc., are especially susceptible to this kind of corporate gaslighting. As I've said, one, they grew up with the number one value being work ethic, and two, because you don't have that corporate literacy. I can't tell you how many times I've told other people in my life about things that have happened in my workplace, like the stories I share on here, and they're like, oh, well, no, I just would have said this, or I would have done that, or did you ask about this? And I'm like, no, how do you know to do that? But it's because their parents had similar positions and they passed that knowledge down to them. And sometimes you have to take their advice with a grain of salt, especially if they have a different identity than you. The same techniques that work for a white person are not going to work for a black person most of the time. That's just reality. Same things that work for a white man aren't even going to work for a white woman a lot of the time. So, and this is the importance of coaches and seeking out someone who's aware of these differences and isn't just going to give you advice that is, well, this is what worked for me. Because this is a gamble for the company. Because when someone is laid off and then you just distribute the work on the employees you have, it might work for a little while, but those employees are eventually going to leave. And if they don't leave while they're waiting to get another offer, there's also likely far more counterproductive work behaviors happening, less productivity, etc. This isn't just like my opinion as some like berated employee. This is like decades of research on counterproductive work behaviors. And as an industrial organizational psychologist, when I'm brought into companies, I'm looking at how their workload is distributed. You can do a workload analysis, and sometimes you find they actually have enough people, but it's not distributed fairly among them. There are many solutions and many options to saving a business money, but they often take the expertise of looking at human behavior and for longer than one quarter to make sure that you don't have a quarter that really hits you with the cost of a lot of turnover.